Welcome back to I Did This Instead of Killing Myself, stand-up comedy and lifestyle podcast I host out of my apartment. It is the week of October 11th, 2021, and I hope you guys are having a great start to your Monday morning. If you're listening to this on Monday morning, congratulations. You woke up. It's Monday. I was really dragging last week, and burnout is real. And most people really feel it on Monday mornings. So I hope you guys are eager to start your week. I know I am. I'm so excited for today's episode. Sorry to ramble, but I'm very excited for today's episode. This is a very special episode. Our guest today is Johnny Sizemore. Johnny is not a comedian. Johnny is a very talented local filmmaker, director, and producer. He is involved with a lot of local productions, but the production we're going to be highlighting and promoting today is called Complicated the Series. He runs a production company, Showtime Productions. It will be a YouTube premiere, and the premiere is going to be on Tuesday, October 26, 2021. And there's also a red carpet event this Saturday, October 16, that is going to have the cast there, as well as an after party and a VIP red carpet event at 6 o'clock. The tickets are already sold out for the VIP, the screening and the VIP after party, but you can still get tickets to the screening itself, the screening only, and links will be in the description. But yeah, Johnny and I had a very good conversation. I'm a nerd about filmmaking, and I really enjoyed picking his brain and talking a little bit about movies, how a local self-funded director gets a project off the ground. Really appreciated his advice creatively as well. So Johnny's fantastic. Follow him and follow Complicated the Series and check it out. He said he wants all of the listeners of this show to check it out, and whether you love it, whether you hate it, and wants to hear feedback. I'm also in the series, so I'm biased. I was an extra. Queen Momo is actually an extra as well, and I don't know. I think I'm in the last episode, and I might have a couple of lines of dialogue. I don't know yet. I haven't seen it, so hopefully that doesn't make you not want to see it because I'm in it. But anyway, that's our guest today. Before we get into the interview with Johnny, here's what's going on this week in local comedy. To start, we have our usual open mics beginning tonight at 7 o'clock, downtown Greenville, Coffee Underground, hosted by Craig Holcomb and No Expectations Comedy. Get there a little before 7. Immediately following that, we have Habiba's Mediterranean Restaurant, all jokes aside, hosted by Dante Anderson. It starts at 8:30. You can catch both if you're a comic. On Wednesday, Doolittle's in Anderson, Electric City Comedy, beginning at 7 o'clock. We have an open mic, and our feature comedian this week is our very own Jeff Thompson. So go out there, support Jeff, throw some money in the tip bucket, and support our main man, Jeff Thompson. On Wednesday, Radio Room, 8 o'clock, hosted by Adam Schulte. Get there a little bit before 8 or message Adam. On Thursday, we have the Jokes Out Loud Comedy Zone show. This is the local open mic show, $10 cover, beginning at 8 o'clock, hosted by Brandon Rainwater. We may have a guest host this week, I'm not sure. But yeah, very fun local showcase. And on Friday at the Comedy Zone, Friday and Saturday, we have Brad Stein. He's going to be there on the 15th and the 16th. There's one show on Friday at 7 o'clock and 2 shows on Saturday at 7 and 9. Brad Stein is a conservative, I think political conservative, edgy comedian. He's God's comic, so I'm assuming this is a clean, family-friendly show. So check that out. Tickets available at greenvillecomedyzone.com. All right, that's it for local comedy. I hope you guys have a fantastic start to your week. And hope you enjoyed my interview with Johnny Sizemore. Here it is. All right. We're back. Johnny Sizemore, our guest today.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here, David.
Thanks for coming. So I'll probably say this on the intro, but you're a very special guest because normally we interview comics and friends. So you are the first film director we've had on the show.
Wow, it's a pleasure. Definitely.
Yeah, dude, this is great. You're a big deal for sure. I mean, most of us, open mic comics that do comedy in Greenville, we're doing it, like a year or less, or we've had some other people, but yeah, I'm super excited. Thanks for doing it.
Likewise. Thank you for having me.
So Johnny's a film director. Do you want to give us a little bit of your background?
Sure, absolutely. I am a film director, producer, director, writer, editor, colorist, all you can think of in the filmmaking industry. I actually got my start doing music.
Okay.
I was like a musical artist for like the last 15 years and then kind of stepped away from it.
What type of music?
Gospel music.
Gospel music.
Yep. And kind of stepped away from it to just explore my options and not be limited or put in a box. Mm-hmm. So, I started off doing theater. And so we did 3 stage plays. And then due to the pandemic, we had to find a way to still be creative and do things. And so we decided just to do a web series.
Okay.
And we're here now.
Okay. So the web series, we'll talk about that because that's actually how I met you. Mm-hmm. So Queen Momo, who was also a guest on the show a while back, I think episode 12 or something. She's great. I know her from Comedy Zone. So I remember it was like one Sunday and I wasn't doing anything. Mm-hmm. And she reached out and she said, "Hey, what are you doing? Because they're shooting this web series and they need extras." And I was like, dude, I'm doing it. I was so excited. And it was really cool to be on set of the series.
Absolutely. And you were there like 2 or 3 days, right?
I was hooked. Because there was a couple of scenes, and we'll talk about the series in a second, I'm sure. But there were a couple of scenes like in the bar where you just needed somebody to walk by the camera, and I had to do that, and I was super nervous I was going to screw it up somehow. And then I think there was the finale, I don't want to say anything about it, but it was.
It's intense.
It's intense,
to say the least. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, dude, that was awesome. I was so grateful for you guys to,
I can't wait for you to see how everything's put together from what you saw into what it actually will be when the viewers see it. So it's going to be amazing.
Are you happy with it?
Oh, listen, it is absolutely incredible.
Okay.
Like, incredible.
So it's called Complicated, the series. Mm-hmm. It's a web series. So tell us about that project, like where it started.
Well, actually, a friend of mine she called me one day, Rashonda Greggs. She had called me and she was like, "Man, why haven't you guys done a web series? Like, I watched so many web series on YouTube and they're trash and your storylines are so good. Like, you guys should consider doing a web series." And I'm like, never thought of it. So we had an idea for another stage play that we were actually going to do. The title of it was going to be The Lies That Bind Us. And so what we did was we just actually went and looked at some of those characters and say, you know what, let's just put something together and see what happens. And so we were looking for names, stuff like The Lies That Bind. It's not very catching. Or
how does it go? The Lies That Bind?
The Lies That Bind Us.
Lies That Bind Us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so I'm like, it's not really catchy and people are not going to go searching The Lies That Bind Us. And so I said, it's getting really complicated. So she shot us like 10 different names. And I'm like, I don't like this, don't like this, don't like this. And I think complicated was maybe like the second to last on the list. I'm like, complicated. Cool. So I looked at the word complicated and seen what it meant. And then if you notice how we spell complicated, it's like COM, the little dot, P, all from there. I said, I want to make this very, very complicated to read, complicated to comprehend, and just make it like really, really, really complicated. And this story is very complicated.
It's messy.
Yeah, at its best.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So how long in the works was this? Like, when did you start?
So what you came to was actually a complete reshoot of the series. We had already shot the entire series back in August of 2020.
Okay.
And so we ran into a couple of issues with that footage. And so back in, I think it was March, we said, we need to go back. Because we don't want to just put anything out there. We want to put the absolute best out there. So So we're gonna go back. We're gonna recast a couple of roles, enhance the story a little bit, and we're gonna go back and reshoot it. So what we did was got together in April and May and reshot the entire project.
Okay.
So yeah.
So April and May up until when did you wrap? I guess
We wrapped end of May.
end of May. Okay, so 2 months.
2 months of filming. Yep.
Okay, gotcha. See, okay, I love movie sets. I was a kid in a candy store just being there, but I know very little about what goes into getting something like this off the ground. So, I mean, obviously, like, you know, big budget movies or TV shows, like there's a lot that goes into it. But for a web series that you guys are doing, I mean, did you have to self-fund a lot of this?
We self-funded everything.
You self-funded everything?
Everything. Like, everything.
So how did you go about doing that? Was it all you, or did you have cast members or different people?
No, it was actually me and my business partner, Carrick Greer, who's the writer of this project. We just pulled from our available resources and just said, hey, we're going to make it, just going to do it. Hopefully we'll definitely see a return on our Hopefully we'll see a return on our investment.
Sure.
With a distribution deal. Hopefully Netflix will come knocking on our door and say, hey, let's pick it up.
Okay.
So we're hoping that, you know, we find a major streaming platform home for this project.
Okay, excellent. So all of the promotion of this, word of mouth, things like that, kind of help get the word out.
Absolutely.
And that's great. So yeah, and if it does get off the ground, is there more in the works? Like, this is season 1.
Oh, definitely.
But do you have more story that you would build?
Yeah, we
if
definitely
this
are going to
is
do season 2. We're actually in the writing process of that now. We can't wait to release the project to see what our audience, what type of audience we gather, and what they feel and what they want to see from here. And so we're going to take what we have now and then mix it together with what our audience wants to feel, and see which characters they enjoy, which characters they connect with, and see we go from there.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's a challenge too, because we talk about stand-up comedy on this podcast a lot, and the luxury of doing stand-up is you get feedback instantly with a real audience. That's like what it is. But with film, you have to have a vision, and you have to execute, I'm sure, like with the team.
Absolutely.
And you have to see, like, you don't know how audiences are going to perceive it, but there's tons of work that goes on the front end. So
absolutely, because like what we may adapt to and think is funny, or I think we like this character, we've been proven time and time again, our audience like very rarely goes against the grain, and they develop their own interpretation of these characters and their own interest in these characters. Because like these people find themselves in different characters, and so it's basically just finding which character resonates with these people the most.
Okay. I gotcha. Yeah, character-driven shows to me are the ones that last, because you identify with the different people and they're so distinct, like you feel like you know them. Like, one of my favorite shows is The Office. Okay. And everybody likes The Office. I was pretty excited that it had a resurgence, because The Office really came out a long time ago, you know, and it was put on Netflix, and then now a whole other generation watches those, and it's not on there anymore. But I think I always thought one of the biggest reasons The Office was a success was because the characters were so strong.
Yep, absolutely.
That like everybody knows them, like, and you know, they resonate so strongly with those characters. So did you write this production from scratch, or were you working also with your partner?
Oh yeah, Carrick Greer is like our head writer. He like writes everything. I just give a little insight, and once he writes it, I'll go back and proof it and say, well, no, we need to change this, we need to do this, and I'll just make like corrections to it. We have like a team, like a strategy team. We go through and we meet about these characters and give ideas, and then Carrick takes them and just flows with them. Okay.
Okay, gotcha. So Carrick wrote that, and he was the one that was going to be here today potentially.
Yeah, potentially. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to get him on by itself.
Yeah, no, it's great. Well, I normally don't have to. I was like, oh, God, I don't have a second microphone, so I don't know how I would even make that work. But that's cool, man. So if you had to like sum up what the show is about, and because when I was on set, like there were no dull moments. It was I mean, and I only saw a fraction of where I was on set, but like there was a lot of drama, a lot of shouting, a lot of like love triangle things that seemed like be going on. So if you were to like
Definitely.
sum up like what the show's about and like
So yeah, actually, the show is centered around three millennial women who are dealing with the complexities of relationships, marriages, friendships, all in this thriving city of Greenville, South Carolina. And that's one of the things that we wanted to highlight in this series is our city.
Sure.
And like you will see throughout the whole series, like you will think Greenville is an actual character in this show, as how much we kind of delve into like the scenery, locations,
Sure.
history of the city. So it's amazing. These women deal with like marriage issues, friendship issues, secrets, lies, deceit. It's packed with drama for sure.
Sure. Yeah, you definitely feel that. As somebody who's never acted before at all, I found myself, I don't know, we're not supposed to be watching the action if we're just in the background, but I found myself, very engaged with like just what was going on and how these actors could just turn on their character, I guess.
Instantaneously,
And I was like, it's not even the same person. It's like I'm watching the show from the sidelines. So like, how do you engage with actors on set? Well, actually, maybe first of all, how did you find and cast these actors, and then how did you kind of coach them through the directing?
So actually, we did a national casting call through Actors Access, where we like put information out there, and we didn't want to just use local talent. We wanted to use professional actors who really could dive into these characters, who could bring out the absolute best in these characters. And so what we did was posted it on Actors Access and had hundreds of people submit and went through audition tapes, and we just picked out the very best of the best.
Okay.
And from there, we did weekly Zoom calls where we did rehearsals, kind of got to get a feel of all the actors, and we all brought them here back in July of 2020 for our first table read and kind of a mixer and our photo shoot, and it's been on ever since then.
Okay. So when you sit down to a table read, what I think of in a table read, I think of they always have table reads in sitcoms. Seinfeld, I'm very familiar with. I've seen videos of their table reads. What are you looking for in a table read as a director? Can you visualize in your head as their...
Absolutely. Normally I sit with my eyes closed because I want to feel the emotion of you reading this script. Are you tapping into what these characters want, what their desires are? Are you being true to who these characters are, even through a read? And if you can grasp me, then you got me. If you can't, then you got to go.
Yeah. Yeah. Have you had to fire actors before?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely.
Do you get nervous about doing that? Do you feel bad about it?
Not at all.
Yeah.
It's I look at it for what's best for this project.
Sure.
Are you bringing the absolute best? Why settle for mediocrity when you can be excellent and great?
Yeah.
And so if you can't, like, I'll do my level best to help get you there. But if the dots are not connecting, then it's okay. We have to cut ties. It's nothing, no harm, no love lost. It's just simple that, you don't fit for this. So. And
is that common to happen?
Absolutely.
So actors expect, it's like a guy on a team, athletic team, on an NFL team. Coach brings you in, look, it's not personal, but here's your
It's like preseason. We'll see what you're made of. And if you'll be able to play in the regular season if you have what it takes. If not, you got to go.
Right. Wow. Okay. So these actors, when I met some of them, and I don't have their names memorized, but the guy who plays kind of the bad guy, Calvin.
Okay.
I really liked him.
Bryn Mosley. Shout out to Bryn Mosley. He's an amazing actor.
That's his name? Bryn Mosley?
Out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay. Yeah. I liked him a lot. Mostly because when I met him, he was super nice. But then when he's in character, he plays a very kind of vindictive villain.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. I really liked him. So you found him out of Charlotte, and then there was Atlanta actors as well.
So we had Atlanta, Charlotte, L.A. Like two actors came from L.A. to be a part of the series.
Okay. Did you fly them in to shoot and everything?
Wow. Yep.
Okay.
And they delivered too, so they were worth the financial obligation. So
okay, that's great. Who were the L.A. actors?
Carly Sullivan and Lawrence Locke.
Okay.
Lawrence actually played the gentleman that was at the table opposite the far right of you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
with the young lady that was shouting.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. And then there was one gentleman who I think is also an acting teacher in Atlanta. I don't know if you know that about him. I thought I hope I don't have this wrong. Yeah, I thought he taught at Kennesaw State as a.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Dean.
That's
yes,
right.
Yes,
I was gonna say I hope I didn't fake remember this.
Yeah. He is a acting and theater coach. Yep,
Okay.
Yeah. When you said Kennesaw,
Kennesaw State. Yeah. That was I remember Dean.
Yeah, Dean is amazing. Dean is an amazing actor based out of Atlanta. He's originally from Oklahoma. And he was one of the ones that auditioned on Actors Access. And we actually had auditioned another gentleman to do it. And so we were leaning towards that gentleman. But when we seen Dean's audition, it was like no brainer. Like, this is our chase.
Sure. And as somebody who's an acting coach, I mean, did he weigh in at all in the process of shooting and filming and everything?
Yeah. They all gave suggestions. And I opened the floor for them to give me, what do you think your character wants? Let me see what you do. If it fits my vision, cool, I'm going to go with it. If not, we maybe need to look at something else, or let's change this here.
Yeah. I hear that sometimes. Because if you have talented actors, they'll bring ideas to the table that may be different, better.
Absolutely. And like I said, at the end of the day, it's what's best for this project. And so, I'm not the type of director where it's like it's my way or the highway, but it's more so like it's a community, and we're a team, and no, I can't win the championship by myself. It takes every player involved in making sure that we can get to where we need to go. Yeah.
How long have you been directing?
Oh God, about 5 years now.
Movies, okay.
But movies about 2 years. Productions and theater 5 years.
5 years. Okay. So the theater plays. Tell me about that. Like, how does theater compare to when you're shooting for digitally? So,
theater. There's no other feeling in the world like theater. Like preparing months and months and months for one night, one shot. You don't have any do-overs in theater. It's it's either sink or swim. What you gonna do? It is so amazing just to be able to have that energy and from the crowd, just to be able to pull on them and those reactions live.
Sure,
it's amazing. It is amazing.
Yeah. We had another comedian on recently, Christina Yassi. She is a theater nerd.
Really?
Well, I shouldn't call her a nerd, but she loves theater. That's her background. And she does stand up as well. And when she talks about the differences between stand up and theater, like one thing that's the same is the energy in the room. And it's definitely present. Like with stand-up, you need the laughs every 15 seconds. With theater, there's not necessarily laughs all the time, but the audience, she said you can definitely tell. If they're tuned out and not listening, you can feel it.
Oh, yeah,
it's
absolutely,
miserable.
absolutely.
But if they're engaged, then you can feel that too. So back to when you started, how did you get into film from music or directing from music?
Well, so in my pursuit as a musical artist, I would always go against the grain and do things outside of the box of what's traditionally normal. Our concerts we would do would be full blown concerts you would see at the Bon Secours Arena, anything like that. Lights, action, smoke, all of it.
So this would be for the gospel stuff? So would this be a church production you put on at Bon Secours?
No. I said it would be like a Bon Secours concert.
So you'd bring this to, and what type of church was it?
We used to do various churches. We were on tour. We have a record that's out. We did a CD release. All kinds of things. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes, sir. Yes,
so
sir.
What were you playing? Were you?
I was just the director.
You were the director of the musical production.
Teaching the parts, singing the music, all that. Yeah.
Okay.
Teaching people how to sing music. Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you're breaking conventions left and right by making the production really robust and everything.
And so when we started in the theater, it was man, everybody would say, you guys act like you guys been doing this for 20 years. I don't settle for mediocrity. I don't at all. I feel like if you're gonna do anything, you should do it wholeheartedly and do it with your best foot forward.
So film directing gave you more of that ability to do things.
Yeah. Film that it challenged me to to study more, to learn, to always be a student, to see areas of growth. And like through directing, it's a huge responsibility because you are the captain of the ship. And if you're not focused, the ship will go down.
Do you like Star Wars?
I don't. I couldn't get into it.
You couldn't get into it?
Mm-mm.
I won't spend too much time on this, but I don't know if you're familiar. There's a documentary on Disney Plus, if anybody wants to see it, but it's about the making of the first Star Wars. So the oldest one, back when Harrison Ford and everybody was in it. And the joke about that at the time when they were shooting it, nobody expected Star Wars to be a big thing, but because nothing was working. The special effects weren't working. It was awkward. It was clunky. Like nothing was really coming together to the point where George Lucas appeared frazzled on set.
Wow.
To where they were like the actors were giving him crap. Like, he was kind of be the butt of jokes and stuff. And, they had to find a way because they were really ambitious. They were trying to do spaceships and practical effects that had never been done before in the 70s. And when it finally came together in the end with the cinematography, the editing, I think the score was really big, and and it all came together and it blew up. But there was times when the director George Lucas was definitely not, it was one of his first projects.
Oh wow!
So
you see the phenomenon that Star Wars is.
So obviously worked out. But if you're the quarterback and you're fumbling the football, like that's not a good feeling. It doesn't inspire confidence.
Not at all.
And the time commitment too. It takes so long to film. Like that was the thing that I was surprised by. Like we were there all day Sunday.
Yeah. Some filming days were like 12 hours, 16 hours. Like, yeah, it's all day, all night.
Yeah. The nice thing is the food.
Yeah.
I probably ate way more food than I should have, but you guys had a nice spread for all the actors. That was a good deal. So, do you have a favorite movie director?
Have to be Quentin Tarantino.
Quentin Tarantino.
He is absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. John Singleton.
What has John Singleton done?
He's done Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood?
Yeah, that was one of his first movies he's ever done.
Okay.
And that's one of the greatest movies in the 90s history. Yeah.
Okay.
And what about you?
I'll have to check that out. I like Tarantino. I felt like the obvious pick of Tarantino movies is Pulp Fiction. And I did really like that movie. Although the first Tarantino movie I saw that I really enjoyed was Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
Have you seen that?
I have.
Yeah. To me, it felt like a play almost.
Yeah.
You know? Modest set pieces and just... And I really liked the detail of that movie when they have the K. Billy super sounds of the 70s, the radio voice. That was played by a comedian back in L.A. So, I loved Tarantino. And, I mean, it feels like he only comes out with a movie once every few years. But anytime he does, like,
it's impactful. It's it's a Tarantino movie, too.
Yeah.
Hands down.
The violence. The blood, the gore, that's him. Is there any violence in It's Complicated? I know there was a little bit in the scene that we shot.
Yeah, a little bit. Not too much, but a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, there's nobody's heads getting chopped off or anything?
No, nothing like that. No. None of the gory stuff.
None of the gory stuff. All right, that's good. If it was given a rating like of G to R, would this be kind of a PG-13-ish?
It would be more MA.
More MA?
Yeah, it's a very mature audience. Yeah. There's a lot of sex in it.
Okay.
A lot of sex.
Man, I didn't see any sex scenes.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's check that out. Okay. Any other favorite directors besides those two?
I like Steven Spielberg, even though his stuff is classic, though.
Yeah.
Like anything he does, he puts his stamp on. It's instant classic. Tyler Perry, I like what he has done for our culture, and I love his story. Him as a director, not so much. His television shows, they're a little flat to me. Have you ever seen any of them?
I've seen. Remind me of the shows. I've seen movies.
He has Bruh, Sisters, The Have and Have Nots, Meet the Browns.
I mean, they're comedies.
Yeah, they're comedies. Yeah, he has a couple of dramas too, but they kind of fall short a little bit for me.
Okay, you said you liked his story. I don't know a lot about his background.
Yeah, absolutely. He was actually homeless.
Oh wow,
living out of
okay.
his car, and he spent all of his money moving from Louisiana to Atlanta trying to put on a show. He came to Spartanburg, to the Spartanburg Memorial Auditorium, and there were only 30 people in the audience at that time. And to see where he went from absolutely nothing to where he owns television.
Was he performing as a comedian in Spartanburg? Stage plays.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So he would definitely go down in history as one of the greatest of all time.
He
has done something. He's on multiple networks. He has movies, plays. Yeah. He has the biggest movie studio, sound stages. Even if you was to put Disney and Warner Brothers together, his studio is like 2 times bigger than both of them. So,
and that's in Atlanta?
Atlanta, at the Fort Pearson Army Base.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
So that's amazing, to go from absolutely nothing to...
And now his net worth is astronomical.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, yeah. That is really cool. I'm trying to remember if he did stand up at any point.
I don't think so.
You don't think he did stand up? Yeah, I couldn't remember, but I know a lot of his stuff is funny. But yeah, what is your favorite movie of all time? That's a tough question asking a movie director that question. Of
all times, it's a movie entitled "The Hand That Rocks the Cradle." I don't know if you ever seen that movie.
The Hand That Rocks the Cradle. I have not. I'll write it down.
You should watch it. It is probably one of my favorite movies of all time. I can sit and watch that all the time. Set It Off is another one of my favorite movies. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I haven't seen that one either. What about the first one, The Hand That Rocks the Cradle? What's that one about?
It's about a family. A lady, she was pregnant, and her OBGYN sexually assaulted her.
Okay.
And so he was married to a woman who who couldn't conceive children, and once the scandal broke about him molesting the lady, he committed suicide. So his wife went and became the nanny for the family of the woman who accused her husband, and so she tried to steal her baby, seduce her husband, and actually kill her.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
dude, you prefer the dramatic?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Is that your favorite genre of movie?
Yeah, absolutely. I love horror. Scream is probably one of my favorite horror movie. Yes, between drama and horror, those are my lanes.
Wow. Okay, dude, horror movies. They freak me out. Obviously, I mean they're supposed to, but girls, if I go on dates with girls, a lot of girls love horror movies. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But they love to get scared. I'm just like, you really want to watch this? This is a horrible idea. But yeah, in dramatic movies, what are some other ones that you like? I don't know.
Oh, you put me on the spot now. Dramatic movies. Have you ever seen Life? It's a comedy.
Okay.
Martin Lawrence and Eddie
I love
Murphy.
Martin Lawrence. I love Martin Lawrence.
Harlem Nights. Anything that Eddie Murphy is, and I think he is probably the funniest guy.
Dude, yes.
He is hilarious to me. I like Titanic.
You do?
I do.
Titanic is amazing.
It is.
I was obsessed with Titanic. And James Cameron's another good director, although James Cameron is kind of similar to Spielberg maybe a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
He's broad audience, basically anything he touches is a classic.
Yeah, absolutely.
But Titanic, dude, I remember that coming out
in 1998.
Yeah, and because I'm older than you. Gosh, what am I doing with my life? But yeah, I remember when I was a kid and that came out, I became obsessed with that story. It was so interesting to me that it was true. At least the historical part of the ship sinking was true, and then they added in the drama of Jack and
most
Rose.
Definitely.
But yeah, that was fantastic. And you were gonna name another one, I thought.
My mind draws a blank all the time.
No, it's cool.
I love all of the Has Fallen series movies, like Olympic Has Fallen,
Okay.
Angel Has Fallen.
Yeah, they have Gerard
them.
Butler in those.
Yes.
Those are really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Those are.
What's your favorite movie?
Oh gosh, so I love to collect DVDs, so I got those over there.
You have a whole blockbuster.
Yeah, a lot of them are comedies, but I think when it comes to like drama or I think you consider this a drama, but have you seen Whiplash?
I haven't.
Okay, that's a fantastic movie. Drive.
I have seen Drive.
Yeah, with Ryan Gosling.
Mm-hmm.
That one, really a beautiful movie. Like that's one where like every scene is like a work of art to me.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's weird. Ryan Gosling has barely any dialogue. He says like only short things, only short dialogue, but it still accomplishes everything they're trying to do. And then I don't know. The favorite series I have of all time is easily Breaking Bad.
Okay, I've never seen that.
You've never seen Breaking Bad?
Mm-mm.
Okay, I won't belabor that then. But
I heard it's really good though.
yeah, it is. For that, and maybe you find this with your series too. But with a movie, you basically have like an hour and a half to 2 hours to get everything you want done. But with the series, I mean, they went for 6 years on Breaking Bad. And they developed the character of Walter White.
Yeah.
And they took him from high school chemistry teacher who doesn't really have any balls at all. Mm-hmm. Like he's just a weak guy. He gets a cancer diagnosis and then he becomes like he has to figure out how to provide for his family. Wow. And he decides to become a meth drug kingpin. And he becomes a ruthless, murderous, drug dealing meth kingpin from this modest beginning. I don't think there'd be any way to successfully make that transition unless you had the benefit of all those episodes across all those seasons.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm hoping I'm not boring you. I'm like,
oh no, I'm so tired.
No. You got a lot. Well, what do you got going on now for like the promotion of the movie or the promotion of the show and everything?
We're actually we're doing a red carpet VIP private screening on October 16th, which everybody who's listening, you guys should come.
Okay.
If you can't come, the series premieres October 26th. It'll be available on YouTube and Tubi.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What is that second one you named?
Tubi.
Yeah.
It's like a streaming platform. We're trying to get on Amazon Prime now. We have to produce numbers with this first 3 weeks of the premiere on YouTube to show them that we can produce numbers so that they can pick our project up.
Okay. So Amazon Prime will be the next step after YouTube, provided the opening goes well.
Yep.
Okay.
So yes, please follow us on all of our social media platforms. Head over to youtube.com/Showtime Productions TV. Subscribe, like, comment, everything.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. It's interesting. Like decades ago, I guess not even that long ago, to get something like this done, you would have to go through a traditional studio path, right? But like more and more people are doing self-funded projects, getting them off the ground on their own. So it's really cool that you guys are doing this.
Yeah, like if you want it done, do it yourself. Like never wait on anybody to hand you anything or give you anything. I think you appreciate these opportunities so much more once you know that you've had to work hard to get them.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what's the most important part to have in tech? Because you're building a team around you. But like from the day you're like, we want to do this, like is it you and
Carrick, yeah.
Carrick,
it's just our passion and ambition and our drive to want to see ourselves better than we were 5 years ago. We want to break all the stereotypes, break all of like society says we can't do this because we don't have the funding. Society says we can't do this because we don't have a studio backing. We want to prove to ourselves that we can do anything that we want to do, anything we think of is possible. We just have to get out here and do it. Have the determination, the faith, the motivation, the drive, and just do it.
So when you guys sat down to do this, what was the first thing you did beyond just writing it? Did you have to take this to anyone, or did you just start hiring people? Like, how does that actually work?
So we just we wrote it. we got the cast, and I hit up a crew like, hey, you guys want to work on this project for us? Like, send us the script, let's take a look at it. And they read it, they were blown away, absolutely. And so it's just been an amazing process, and it's given an opportunity to those around here who maybe not have the luxury of working for a studio to say, hey, I have this talent, let me bring it to your set, and this gives me exposure, this gives me training, this gives me an opportunity.
Sure. Absolutely. Now, who was the guy that was in charge of like is there a cinematography guy on set?
So it's a director of photography.
Director of photography.
That's the guy that kind of maps out all the shots for us. Like, we need to shoot it this way. We need to have this person here. That's Eric Olson. He is an amazing director of photography. I would not do a project without Eric.
Okay.
Eric is absolutely incredible.
You worked with him before?
Mm-hmm. He did our little short film that we did last year. Well, the year before last, Collateral Damage, the Ambassador Ball. And so I called him up and said, Eric, I got another project for you. Do you want to come? Absolutely.
Okay.
And see, Eric has years of experience. He used to work for the News Channel 13 up in Asheville.
Okay.
And so, like, his years of experience as a director, as a producer, he brought that on set, and I've gleaned and I've learned so much.
Eric's been an actor before.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Eric is amazing. Everything Eric touches turns to gold. So
okay.
Yeah.
Good deal. What kind of camera did you use for this production?
We shot with the Blackmagic 6K cameras.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How does that compare? Because the one camera I know, like, there's the red camera, and I know that one is a fortune.
Yeah, it is a fortune.
Do you guys own the camera that y'all use, or did you
we
rent?
do. We own all of our equipment that we use. So a Blackmagic compared to a red would be something like a Toyota Corolla compared to a Camry.
Okay, so pretty comparable.
Yep.
Okay.
It's like a lot of less money, and it's just not that red brand. It's just Blackmagic. So
okay, it is pretty incredible the difference the camera makes. And is it the lenses too that
it's the lenses, it's the body, and see, like the Blackmagic, those are cinema cameras, just not like a regular digital camera. That's how you get that nice commercial look. It's with those cinema cameras.
Okay, how much is a Blackmagic camera? If you don't mind me asking.
Yeah, I think we paid about $3,500 for it.
Okay.
They range anywhere from $35,000 to $7,000 to $15,000, $20,000. I mean, whatever your budget allows you to.
Okay.
So there's like the Pocket, Blackmagic Pocket cinema cameras. They're the Ursa Minis. They're the some other high end ones as well.
Okay. And some of these questions are self-serving because we want to start producing comedy sketches and do them in a way like I love video editing and
really.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan. I use Adobe Premiere to edit the podcast. Yeah, what program do you all use to edit?
We use DaVinci Resolve.
Okay.
Yeah, that comes with the Blackmagic program, and that's what all the Hollywood standards do use to color grade their films is through DaVinci Resolve.
What's it called?
DaVinci Resolve.
DaVinci Resolve. And they use it to color grade, you said? What does that mean?
It's so like, instead of, if you look at like raw cinema files, everything looks brown, like looks super like flat and washed out. You go in there and add the colors and add stuff, make it pop and give it that real cinematic look.
So it looks rich and like it belongs on the big screen.
Yep.
Okay. That's really cool, man. The one thing that I want to figure out how to do, because I've learned some doing the podcast with audio and mics and stuff, and then we have the lighting. How is this lighting job, by the way?
Great job.
It's a good job. Yeah. You can't see this, but I have box lights and lights in here to try and this is like a kit I got off Amazon with a green screen.
You're doing an amazing job, buddy. Looks good.
No, I appreciate it, man. But the audio. So, when you capture audio and you have actors, like you have that boom mic over the top. Is that what's capturing all of the audio for the scene?
It is.
And how does that work?
So we use like a Zoom recorder that has like 4 different channels, and so we put the mic up and put it over the actors that's talking, and you get that rich, like dominant sound coming through that. It's amazing.
But it's weird to me. So it's one mic up high in the middle. It's not like they're all holding mics up close. So that mic with the different channels, that's what it can pick up and isolate the voices of the ones that.
And so that's why you notice we do it multiple times. We do it like this person mics on this person, reactions on that person, and it's like vice versa.
Okay. So you the whole scene multiple times, so it gets the different.
Get everything we need.
Have you ever shot with like mics where there's like a
battery pack?
A battery pack.
We have. I think that's our next investment to get is some battery packs.
Okay. Is that a good way to shoot audio?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
that works.
That saves a lot of time and money. Mm-hmm.
Doing that with that. Okay. Well, good deal, man. I don't know. I want to figure out how to do all this and put it together. So far, I've only shot on iPhone. The newest iPhones actually have pretty darn good.
They have amazing cameras. I just shot something downtown on it last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were you shooting downtown?
I was doing reels for the series, like like the Instagram reels and stuff like that.
Okay.
It looks stellar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Promoting on social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Good deal. I'm trying to think of any more questions I have. Have you ever cast any comedians before?
Yeah, we actually have. David Owens has been in some stuff that we've done. A girl named Anna Vernon Robinson has been in some. She's an actor.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're open to anybody. Let's get you on there so you can be our little heartthrob.
Oh my gosh, dude! If you'd have me back for a season 2, I would absolutely love to do it.
Oh, you definitely have to be there. You were at the table, so
nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing how it all turned out. I ask comics what their biggest dumpster fire story is. Mm-hmm. So I was going to ask you the same question. Biggest dumpster fire story, like where maybe it's on set where just like everything went wrong and you had to fix something, or like.
Case in point, the series. So we actually shot, like I said, we shot the whole entire series, and we waited months. The guy that was editing the film, he refused to give us our footage back. Uh-huh. And so, like, we had actors who had invested their time, their resources into this shoot. Like, it was so bad. We didn't know which direction we were going to go because he wouldn't give us our footage back. The footage that we did have, it was a defect on it. And having to overcome all of that and then having to go back to their cast and say, hey, guys, can you guys reshoot? It causes you to think that you're going to lose faith. They're going to lose faith in you and your product. And people don't have time to waste their time. And so we struggled with what we were going to do with that for the longest. But it ended up being one of the greatest blessings that we could have ever imagined having.
Mm-hmm. Because the final product, you're way happier with this version than what you had.
Everything looks totally different. It's just like we stepped into like the perfect moment doing this reshoot, and then we got a chance to meet you.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. The thing, I mean, we find that with stand up, like, when you watch a stand up comedian's act that comes out on Netflix or something, like their hour, that is the result of so many takes, quote unquote, because every rep in front of an audience, like. The first version of a joke is always usually crappy. It's like you need the time to work it out in front of an audience and to refine it. And there's so many hundreds of times the joke has been performed in a variety of ways to you get it to that perfect refined state. So it is cool that you guys had that same kind of process. Yeah,
what I know is nothing comes easy. If it does come easy, it's going to be very short lived. So I tell anybody that you have to work. Use your rejections, use your stumbling blocks, use anything that you come against as the fuel to continue to keep going. It's only going to make you better.
Sure, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So is this the proudest you've ever been of a project that you've done? Is this your favorite one?
Absolutely, because we really, when I say literally put our blood, sweat, tears into this project, we did just that. Yeah. And like I said, we experienced more hurdles with this project than we have with any other thing. And so I know that the outcome of it's going to be that much greater.
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm. So what's next for you? You got Complicated, the series coming out next month. Or this will air before that. What projects do you have your eye on in the future?
We're looking at doing another television series. We're just trying to expand our borders and territories and just try to do something very well-rounded. I think we're going to tap into like the LGBTQ market.
Okay.
And do a series based around that. And, just try to just keep our eyes open.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good deal. And if anybody wants to see things like beyond the series that's coming out, other things you've done. I know you mentioned one video earlier.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Our YouTube channel has all of our products on there. So it's youtube.com/Showtime Productions TV, or you can go to our website, ShowtimeProductionsGVO.com, or you can go to ComplicatedTheSeries.com and see all the behind the scene footage, everything there.
Okay. Good deal. Yeah, be sure to follow Johnny on Instagram. What is your
Instagram is Mr. J Sizemore.
Mr. J.
Yep. Or you can follow us at complicated_the_series on Instagram as well.
Okay, good deal. And yeah, I'll be sharing it. I'm gonna go to the premiere. As long as I don't think I have anything that day.
Yes, come on, bring everybody that you know with you.
Okay, okay, good deal. Anything else you want to say about the series before we?
It's gonna be great. I can't wait for you guys to see it, check it out, see who your favorite characters are, and just know once you see this project, you will see like the results of extreme dedication, hard work. And this should be an example that anything you want to have in life, all you have to do is go after it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Would that be actually? Yeah. I normally ask like what the best piece of advice you've ever received. You said a couple. Like nothing comes without hard work, and go after your dream. Just go after it.
And you have to believe in yourself. Like I don't care if you think your jokes are the worst jokes possible, but if you believe in yourself and you get up with confidence and deliver, I promise you it will reach people that you would not think it would.
Yeah. Do you have self-doubt as a director? You wrestle with that?
Yeah, absolutely. But then I realized what I do is not for me. It's for so many other people. And providing platforms and opportunities to people who would not normally have these opportunities is the greatest reward. And it's the greatest joy to know when somebody comes back and say, you know what, I would have never had this opportunity had you not provided this for me, had you not done this, had you not wrote the script, had you not produced this project. So those are the joys like where I think, man, this is going to suck. People are not going to get with it. But then to have people resonate with our projects and just really invest their time and their money into our stuff we have to going on, those are the greatest joys that I have.
That's great, man. That's really cool. The moments in stand-up when I have self-doubt, and I've talked to other comics, they feel similarly. It's usually when I'm too focused on myself, and you forget, like you said, it's all about the audience. It's not about you. I mean, it kind of is because you're holding the mic and you're the one holding the camera and directing. But it's like when you produce something that people can enjoy.
Yeah,
it's hopefully about their enjoyment, and it's something that you feel called to do. I mean, that's how I've always felt.
Absolutely.
And that's why I was never happy before I tried doing any of this creative stuff, or not as like so yeah, it's not about you, which is that's a good reminder. And just going for it too. I like that advice because there's a lot of people I talk to that think about doing stuff, but they kind of put it off. Just life happens, and before you know it, years go off the calendar.
And they still haven't done anything.
Exactly. Exactly.
I tell anybody, the best thing you can do is just do. You can wait around and, I wish I could do this, or maybe one day I can do this. No, today you can do this.
Right.
And just go out here and just do it. Like it doesn't. I don't care if you don't have the resources. Don't care if you don't have the knowledge, the experience. You'll never get those things just waiting around for them to come to you.
Yeah. And nowadays, there's no real excuse, really, because you could find all the information you need on YouTube to learn anything. YouTube
University is the greatest teacher.
And everything's democratized now in terms of like how you can shoot things, how you can just put something together. And your first version of anything may not be good, but
it's better than the person that's not doing anything at all.
It is, and it's going to be better your next time. So the more reps you can get at attempting something. Actually, I have one more question. I'm sorry.
Okay.
If you had advice for somebody who's young and wanting to get into filmmaking, whether or not they had formal training or not, like maybe let's say they don't. Let's say they studied something else in school, but they're interested in getting into filmmaking. What would you recommend they do, like practical steps?
I would tell them to go pick up their nearest iPhone, Android, and go just shoot.
Okay.
Just go shoot anything you can imagine. That's how you get your practice. See what works. What kind of story can I tell with this? If I'm sitting here looking at these books, I can get my phone out and I can do multiple shots of these books. I can do a commercial for Jerry Seinfeld about his book. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Podcasting.
Mm-hmm.
Take every opportunity you can and just do it.
Right. And don't worry about what other
Everything
people
else
think.
will come. Everything else comes over time. Nothing happens overnight.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're looking for instant gratification or something to blow up overnight, it's never going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
You have to work, and work at it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such thing as an overnight sensation.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot. Somebody may evolve today, but you never know. You don't know the 5 or 10 years they spent getting rejected over and over and over to develop that tough skin. So when they do have these opportunities, they can stand with authority. They can stand in confidence, knowing that they work their behinds off when they need.
Did you face a lot of rejection in film?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
In life, period. Absolutely, all the time. You receive more no's than yeses in anything.
Yeah.
And then one thing I noticed is that the people that you think should support you or should be there for you are the very ones that will not be.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Like who? Family?
Like family, friends. Go ahead.
What kind of reaction do you get sometimes? Is it like, I don't know what Johnny's doing? Like he's...
Yep, they don't take you serious. But once it's just like this, they'll overlook you to support somebody else doing the very same thing that you're doing. And in the moment that you finally do blow up, then it's like, oh, that's my friend. Oh, that's my cousin. Da, 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 da. But where were you there when I needed you to just to share a post, just to like a picture, just a comment? You know what I'm saying? It's the little things that count.
That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I have a lot of thoughts about this. Well, because stand up, it's so awkward. Like the first thing that you need to that you run into, or I run into, is how are my family and friends going to take that I started doing this crazy thing? And some don't say anything. And I kind of don't, it doesn't bother me that they don't say anything, but part of me wonders, well, is that judgment? Is that them worried about their own reputation by even being associated with me? But
I tell you, the moment you blow up and you're on Saturday Night Live, and it's going to be like, oh, that's my nephew.
Yeah. Know? I don't expect that necessarily. You get less calls from people, you know. But then there are those people that are really great that say, I thought that was cool that and you thrive off that. Because, like, you feel out there, man. You feel vulnerable. You feel, like, weird. Like, so, you know, that encouragement, it's so funny you mentioned that, because I sense that. Well, the other awkward part about stand-up is judgment from, like, it not being appropriate or something. Like, is this too offensive, or is this... I mean, you have, you know, religious background, you know, church music and things like that, and you just said Complicated has a lot of sex in it. Do you feel any of that pressure, like the judgment?
I don't care.
You don't care?
I don't care.
Well, yeah.
I don't care, because it's like this. This is entertainment. People want to be entertained, and
yes,
sex sells. People love sex. Like sex, they love it. They want to see it. I mean, it's on television shows, commercials.
And sex is a real thing?
Yeah, it is.
It happens.
It's a great thing.
It's not like something to be ashamed of.
Yeah. And so, you know, just finding that niche, and our market is not those people who may see me at church. My market is those who will never step foot inside of a church, but they want to be entertained. So that's my lane. And if people don't like it or can't vibe with it, that's their problem, not mine. I don't. I
love that attitude. I don't care.
I don't. And see, that's one of the biggest things that I had to get over. Like, oh, what's somebody's opinion about me? What are they gonna say? What are they gonna think? I don't care, because the main ones that have an opinion or have something to say are the main ones that won't pick up their telephone to call and say congratulations, thank you for what you're doing. They won't tune in to watch the show. They'll hear about it from other people. They won't offer to say, hey, here you go. Here's $500. I know you're out here working hard. Here's $500 to get your project done. So it's those strangers that I meet who say, you know what? I see how hard you're working. I see that you are serious about your craft. I see that you are dedicated to this craft. Here, I want to support you. How can I support you? How can I come to your events?
Yeah. It's interesting that it ends up being strangers
Mm-hmm.
because I feel similarly with comedy. It's almost like a different world, and the people that are closest to me outside of it before I started it, a lot of them don't have any idea about it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of them are supportive from a distance. A lot of my friends live out of state and things like that.
Gotcha.
But the friendships I've built through comedy just in 1 year are like really special already, because it's like it's kind of this inside understanding of how much work it takes.
Yep.
The mics you show up to where there's barely any people there, and
you still have to give it your all.
Yeah.
Whether it's one person to 200 people. You know what I'm saying?
You have to. So, yeah, I'm glad we talked about that, man, and you have similar feelings, because that I really relate to that. Yeah, those are some gems. But anyway, we're almost at an hour. So one more time, Complicated the series.
Yes.
The Instagram handle
is complicated _ the series.
_ the series.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and this will, when this episode airs, it'll probably be about a week or so before it goes live.
Okay.
Before the show goes live. So everything will be linked. So yeah, if you guys are watching this or listening, be sure to click in the description, and it'll have links to everything, Johnny, the show, and all that stuff.
Awesome. Yes, make sure you guys tune in. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. Yeah. I want to know your feedback, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yep, absolutely. And you can on the YouTube version, you can absolutely leave all in the comments and everything. And yeah, man, I'm excited.
Me too. I can't wait for you to see it.
Yeah. Well, dude, thanks so much for coming on.
It's my pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
We'll be talking soon. All right, thanks, guys. See you next time.